We're back. Top 4.
Yeah, so top 4 after a grueling first day, 8 rounds, where 99 players battled to take a position in today's day 2.
Yep.
We've just watched the first round. We saw Braden Walker move through to the round of 4 on Thrawn Anka.
Yeah, in the cool match.
Yep. We saw Blake Moody move on with Kylo FN.
Yep.
Lindsay Hemming move on with Kylo FN.
Yes.
And David Leslie come in with Vader Phasma.
Yes. So a bit of the... I don't know if he's the only one in the room, but definitely not a well-represented deck.
Yeah, we've seen it do a lot of work this weekend. It's always been a very present deck in people's minds, but now we're sort of seeing it built to the most optimal competitive level, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's good to watch. It's a lot of fun. The dice, you rolls in and you could see anything happen. A lot of damage and lots of play, so it's good.
That's right. We mentioned that in the top 4 there are 2 Color FN decks.
Yep.
And coincidentally, that'll be our feature match for this round, is the FN Mirror.
Despite the fact that there have been so many Kylo FN decks in the field and so many Thrawn Anka decks in the field, we're yet to have a mirror match on stream. We haven't seen one.
Sure.
We haven't seen a Thrawn Anka mirror, and we have not seen a Kylo FN mirror.
So how does the mirror go?
We don't know. I don't know. We'll find
we've
out.
seen a lot of close to mirrors. Like the last game, we saw Kylo FN against Kylo Phasma.
Yeah, of course.
And we're seeing a lot of Phasma, FN, Kylo sprinkled around in different combinations.
Yes, yeah, of course.
With Vader in there too, of course.
Yep.
And now we're just seeing something very similar.
Now, it should be interesting to see here, because we spoke to Lindsay just between the rounds there, and I mentioned that I found it very interesting that he's playing Starship Graveyard.
Yep.
And I like it a lot. I think it is the correct choice for this battlefield.
Yep. What was his reasoning for it? I was out of the room at the time.
It's quite interesting. When you think about the fact that the way you do so much with nines, with FN, is by overriding your weapons, which means a lot of your weapons are ending up in the bin. But a lot of those weapons you want, like your vibro knives and things like that, you want to be able to play a vibro knife, upgrade it, but then you want the vibro knife back. You know what I mean? You want to do it again.
Yeah, of course.
Also, FN dies with a bunch of weapons on him. You want the weapons back.
Yeah.
So, basically,
losing the ability to do damage for free with War Room isn't, too much there?
It's not detrimental, if at all. So, again, interesting here, whether or not, it'd be interesting to know if Lindsay won the role or not. Because if Lindsay won the role, I imagine he still picks his own. If he's a... So this is exactly what we spoke about. So Lindsay actually lost the role, but Blake chose his battlefield.
Yeah.
Now, if you speak to Lindsay about this, he will tell you that is wrong.
That's wrong.
That's wrong. You should not be choosing...
I'm getting shields on my FN, and I'm getting a mutually beneficial battlefield. That's wrong.
Well, in this matchup, maybe not.
Yeah.
But the shields mean nothing with the vibro knives. And you will see a vibro knife.
Of course.
The shields are almost meaningless. I think he's more talking about maybe in other matchups where people feel that they need the shields, but the shields do nothing. And he feels that he gets more benefit out of the Starship Graveyard.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. In this matchup, though, it's probably less relevant. Now, it looks like we've got the mirror match and we've got the mirror play.
Yep. And we're seeing a very upsetting 2 range sides and then the +3 melee on FN.
With the style spread there.
I know, that was cool.
That was
so
bit of cardistry there.
Blake hitting the 2 from blue. He's going for FN first. Blake is very well versed in this deck as well. We had a quick chat about Lindsay earlier, and I think you just had an interview with him, Marcus. Blake is a player we have not seen on stream yet, I believe. Blake's actually come in from Western Australia. He is our only Perth player.
Yes.
In the room of 99 people.
Yeah, Blake was on the stream once.
On the stream once,
yes.
Okay. First time in the top 8, let's say that.
Yep.
His local game store is Good Games Cunningham. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
He had a lot of testing with them prior to this event.
Yep.
He also had a lot of testing on Tabletop Simulator with his good mate Des.
Good old TTS.
Stranglebat. So big shout out to Stranglebat for helping Blake get into the top 4.
Stranglebat.
Yeah.
That's a handle.
So Blake has been playing Magic for a while. He's got a top 64 on a GP. And played a lot of PTQs and has some really strong records there.
Bit of Magic Grinder.
Yep.
Magic Grinder. Yep.
As far as Destiny goes, I think it's a bit of a new thing for him. He's picked up a store championship win back home in Perth.
Yep.
And a couple of top 4s as well.
So new this season, sort of like, or new this release, or
just the game is new.
Yeah, the game is still quite new, I guess. Yeah.
So in testing, I quote Blake: "I tried everything. nothing could beat Kylo FN. So I'm playing Kylo FN.
Well, look, when you break it down to its simplest form, that is testing.
That is testing. I tried everything. This one was the best one. I'm playing this
exactly
one.
Exactly why we test.
Yeah.
Well, he's demonstrating it well. Like he's definitely showing that his decision to play the deck has rewarded him thus far.
Yeah.
Now,
Lindsay finding a similar conclusion in testing. Whoa. I'm sorry for talking over this. What just happened?
What the hell just happened?
All right, so we saw HQ down on Blake's side. I guess we saw the modifier on Ancient Lightsaber with Kylo's dice pumping out another 7 damage in addition to Kylo's 2.
Whoa! I look away for 2 seconds.
Yeah, so it's the 2/2 and the +3 plus Kylo's 2. I imagine that's how it went down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just hit the max, as you do.
The deck can do it.
Jeebus.
And taking an extra little poke for 1 for good measure.
Yeah, just
gotta keep him in check.
Poke him in the eye.
That's it. For those not watching our camera, Marcus is making little poking motions. He's having a blast. All right.
Hey, I'm quite animated.
Yeah, so am I, man. Like it's sometimes I forget that stream can't see me, like throwing my hands around.
I never forget the stream can't see me. That's why I'm animated.
Yeah. We're seeing the rocket launcher being overridden. Overridden, even.
Yes.
Yeah.
Language.
Seeing
English.
the 4 damage.
Words.
Like a champ. So quickly catching up, Lindsay. It's a swingy deck, right? So Blake did 10, and Lindsay's done 7, and he still has dice in the pool.
Well, no. So Blake's done 10, and Lindsay's. Yeah, you're right. Blake's done. Yeah, yep. And
Lindsay's done 8. Sorry.
Lindsay's done. No, Lindsay's.
Oh, 7 and a shield.
Lindsay's.
2 shields and another shield.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're kind of puff apart at this point.
Yeah.
We're seeing Lindsay fire off the first boundless ambition.
Yeah, so this is... Here we go. Now, this is not exactly where you want to be. You want to be doing this with a resource left, but that said, you've got a rocket launcher in play, which is a good one to upgrade.
That's true. And just confirm with me, Marcus, I think Blake has just claimed. Is that right?
Yeah.
So this is the best time to do it, because Blake has an Ancient Lightsaber that he can't heal with.
Yes, always. And that's the thing. Here we go.
Yeah.
And so it begins.
So if Lindsay can take out Blake's FN this turn, that's going to be massive.
This is the trick. He's
got the reroll.
He's got the reroll.
It's all good. He's got cards in hand. It's all good.
We're fine.
Still got this.
All right, so still got a full grip, so he's going to reroll the doubt.
Yeah.
Chief just pointing out that this is it looks like Kylo 9s is the POMAS.
Oh yeah, okay.
Of this set. Yes and no. I want to say I've been discussing this with other people in the room. I think this is a very strong deck. I don't know if it's the best deck. I think that it's a good deck that was very well represented in the room.
Yeah.
As with Thronka, I don't want to say it's the best deck or it's the strongest deck. It is a very good deck that is well represented.
All of it comes down to player skill as well.
I think what you can say is it's a good tournament deck. It's a deck that's going to do well in a tournament, can get you the win, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best deck. It's just it's well versed, it's well rounded against a field of potential decks.
So Lindsay's being faced with an interesting decision here. He's resolved 2 damage with the Riot Baton. He's looking at a Crossguard Saber and a Vibro in his grip. He's thinking, do I push my luck? Do I try and kill FN this turn at the cost of losing my 3-cost upgrade?
I think you do. Your 9s is on 1 health. I think you go for it. I think
he's still on 3 health. 6, 7, 8.
Lindsay's.
Blake's. So Lindsay's trying to push through 3 damage onto Blake's.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But that's sorry.
Sorry, I understand you. Yeah,
Lindsay's FN. Goddamn mirror matches. Lindsay's FN has 1 health. It's not likely to survive a single roll in from Blake.
That's almost another reason to keep the Riot Baton on there.
Yes, true. But I agree. The hesitation.
Yeah.
Look, no, I agree. You go for it.
Yeah.
You go for the line that's most likely to win you the match, and this is the line that's most likely to win the match.
Right,
that's a resource.
That resource turns on his 2 damage from FN, though. That's good. That's positive.
Yep, so it does the 2 damage.
So he needs to find 1 more damage. Vibro Knife is a 1 and 3.
I wouldn't have resolved the 2 first, though. That's a mistake.
Oh, you need the +2, of course.
There's the +2 there's a +2 on the Vibro Knife. That was a mistake. Oh, I think he's realised it too. He's now looking at the Vibro Knife. Yeah, he didn't play it for that reason. But then again, he can do... No. Maybe he didn't want to play it in the first place. Oh, no, he does. Okay. I thought maybe he's going to go next turn, Vibro Knife first action. Oh, no!
Oh, no.
No! Mistakes were made.
Oh, well.
I was going to hit with the discard. That's better than nothing, but that could have been.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have killed him. He would have killed him. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
So just Twitch chat, instant gratification. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lindsay. I didn't mean to jinx you. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's real unfortunate.
But you've got that 2 sitting there with the resource cost. You're like, I want to see resource. I want to see it. And
I got it.
You see
and then
it.
you
It's so
look at your hand.
exciting.
And then you look at your hand.
The Vibra has a blue side.
I honestly thought maybe, given that mistake, maybe it's not a massive mistake, but maybe you don't play the Vibro Knife this turn. Maybe you wait till next turn and play it with Ambush.
No, you still go for the 1 and 3, I reckon. And you got the reroll. I think he made the best play given... Like, that's the way. Like, if you make a misplay, graciously take it and then make the best play you possibly can in that situation, which is what he did.
Yeah, I think he definitely realised the mistake. The moment he claimed that resource and then shuffled that card to the front, it was like,
yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. So this has allowed Blake to...
play a rocket launcher and resolve it.
And that's the FN.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Luckily, this is the best of 3.
Yes.
That's not the end of the world. It's not ideal.
Excuse me, I wouldn't call this game anywhere near over.
No.
Either at this point.
No, definitely not. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. So there we go. So Lindsay able to take out... with the 2 damage, right.
Yeah.
No. What happened?
He played the crossguard lightsaber on Kylo.
Yep.
And did the last damage onto FN. So Blake decided to override Ancient Lightsaber.
Right.
Instead of actually using the heal 2.
That's a mistake.
He was going for the rocket launcher.
Wait, so what's the trigger on crossguard?
So if it's played on Kylo, it does a damage.
Oh.
Just shoots you.
Okay, well, speaking of mistakes, but now they're 1 for 1. They're even. Because there is no reason to not heal with the Ancient Lightsaber there. I mean, look, the reason not to is to have the upgrade train. The reason to do it is because you're on 1 HP versus a Kylo that could roll in and kill you.
I don't know. I think I see the line of thought. Like,
no, hear me out. Okay. So you don't heal. You're on 1 health. Kylo rolls in, and then it's a 50-50 that he kills you on the spot. Or you don't. You heal, and there is no possible way that FN dies within the next 2 actions.
Yeah. So Blake is sounding the alarm here, re-rolling Lindsay's damage dice into some more damage.
I mean, look, it's a damage race, but I think that you win that race when you've got 2 more dice in the pool than they have on FN. So... so just being pointed out that the damage is relevant. So we'll just stop ignoring Twitch chat. I guess there's a bit of discussion going on. So just being pointed out that Lindsay could have rocketed in an FN through the hill. Yes, but it would have required him to have played the crossguard lightsaber first action and then next action roll in. Not using the heal on the ancient lightsaber as your first action means that that means that you're more likely to outright die. You're playing around a lot by healing immediately on the crossguard using the ancient lightsaber.
Think about it, like the value you get from. So if you heal, you're trying to get value from your ancient lightsaber and 2 FN die. Oh, sorry, just two FN die.
Which is fine.
But
and
1 rocket launcher die is.
But it's also the character. But it's also his ability to play another upgrade and roll it in and resolve it and continue doing the FN thing. Also, balance ambition. I'm not sure actually if Blake plays it, but my point being, being is 2 character dice much better than 0 character dice.
Okay,
that's as simple as that.
Sure thing. So taking a look at Blake's list now, we do see the balance ambition 2 copies. I think it is a reason to play this deck is the fact that balance ambition exists. The lists are fairly similar to each other.
Yep.
The main difference being the battlefield and Rebel War Room, as we discussed earlier. The events may be moved around a tiny bit. There's 2 Sound the Alarm in there. A good 0 cost choice.
Yeah, the Sound the Alarm's honestly being played because they're grey.
Oh.
They're great.
course.
They dilute your deck against
shrink your Kylos, yeah.
They make it harder for Kylo to do anything.
Yeah, of course.
Also, it's also something that's unlikely to be removed by Unkar Thrawn. They're not likely to name 0 versus this deck.
Okay, yeah.
Also, the Unkar trigger, the Unkar ability hitting the resources.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's the Vibro Knife coming out from Lindsay.
Yeah, so it looks like Lindsay is ahead in terms of the dice that he has out, the upgrades he has out.
Lindsay's definitely pulled ahead now.
That was, that turn where the FNs died and Lindsay played the cross card was pretty huge because it sort of started off his...
It was a big swing.
His snowball.
It was a big swing, yeah. I think if Blake had maybe tried to keep FN alive, it might not have been as dramatic. But nonetheless, this is where we are.
I still think this is anybody's game. I'm not sure exactly what Blake has in hand.
Definitely.
We'll find out in a moment. At least one of those cards. He has a Vibro Knife.
Hits the grey. Did he name the ball a grey? No, he didn't. Oh, okay.
Every now and then, just chuck a grey in there.
No, you don't. That's wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well,
play the odds. We're just producer pointing out that Luke Keane, a local player here, Luke Keane, like to name grey.
Well, you've got to do it.
I'd also like to point
out of the field, we had 60 players playing roller.
Yeah. That isn't true. That's a lie. And second of all, I'd like to point out that Luke didn't make the top 8. So maybe naming grey not ideal.
The savage, the on-stream savage.
Oh well, no. Jokes aside, FN play the odds. You want to not the card play the odds. Not the card play the odds. You want to just play the odds. You want to work out the colour they're most likely to have in hand and name that because you will come out ahead.
Yeah, and it doesn't always mean just name the colour that the deck plays more of. Like if you look at the discard pile, they've got a lot of blue in there.
Yep.
You've seen 28 blue cards and they run 2 red cards. Yep. Maybe you're going to name red. Obviously that's an exaggeration, but you can derive information.
You can work stuff out based on the number of cards they have in their hand and what they've potentially done that game, or what they've done that turn, what resources they're holding up, things like that. You can work out cards they're likely to hold, to have in their grip. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of information to be derived from the game state. Now, that's bold. So Blake playing the Enrage in the Kylo race.
I think he wants to get an upgrade down before he rolls in. He's got that Vibro.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth it, but it's a damage, and a damage means a lot in this match.
Yeah.
So Lindsay re-rolling, hits a discard and a blank.
Yeah, I'd argue that catching up on dice will help him, pull ahead in later turns more than just damage.
I think I just worked out who Lando for Life is in the chat. I'm sorry, Luke. It is. I knew that. I knew this. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to be so brutal. At least not while you were here. But my point still stands. You want to be. You want to name the most statistically correct choice.
As we were chatting about, Blake does drop the Vibro Knife onto Kylo before rolling in. He is showing 2 damage and the +2 damage and another 2 damage for a resource.
So just wait. So does Blake have an Ancient Saber in hand?
I'm not sure.
If he had an Ancient Saber, I feel you probably play the Ancient Saber.
Is that what chat's saying?
Yeah, I think maybe someone just mentioned that he's possible.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he does.
Lindsay has an Ancient Saber in hand.
Lindsay does. Yeah, so
there you go.
Yeah, that's a given. Man, Ancient Saber's made this deck real good. Real good. Card is real good. And looks like they're packing it up. Yep. So I'm guessing Blake just
saw the Ancient Saber and just
saw the Ancient, realised he wasn't getting there.
Yep.
Moving on. Game 2. We might see if we can jump across to table 2 and see what's going on over there. Oh. No, Blake got there. We missed it. I hate that. I hate when they scoop
Imperial
before anything
HQ.
happens. Yep. He had
the 6.
He had 6 damage on board. I hate that. I hate when they just scoop before the damage is dealt. Show us who won first.
We're so bad at that job. Blake. Yeah, I outwardly said that. I said, Blake has 4 and 2 that he can't resolve.
Yep.
He just had the 6 on board.
He had the 6 on board.
Yep.
Imperial HQ.
All right, so Blake taking the first game.
Yep, gets there.
Jumping over to table 2. Hopefully this board state's a bit easier to follow. We've got Braden Walker on Thrawn and Unkar, or Thronkar is the handle, and David Leslie on Vader Phasma.
Yep.
And firstly, before anything, I would just like to point out how good those resource tokens look.
Baller.
Oh my god.
They're the world ones,
Worlds,
right?
yeah. So that's a good segue into David's record. I was chatting with him before. Dave is an avid X-Wing player.
Yep.
He plays over at Gatekeeper Games. It's another Victorian store. He's part of a team there called 323rd Bantha Squadron.
The Banthas?
The Banthas. So big shout out to those guys. Great friends and great people.
Yep.
But they play a lot of X-Wing, a lot of Destiny.
Yeah, very good X-Wing players.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have seen Dave head up to Worlds last year. He made the... it was the top 16. 41st.
Yep.
In X-Wing Worlds.
Yes. So basically he won an X-Wing. Got the reserve spot at X-Wing Nationals. At X-Wing at the X-Wing Worlds.
Yep.
And the Destiny Worlds were taking place at the same time. So basically he did the double.
Oh, sure. Okay. So he came 41st in the X-Wing Worlds, and then as he was doing the double, he came 24th in the Destiny Worlds. So really solid record, 24th in the world. That's why he has those super cool.
Yep. Had a bit of a bad beat at Worlds
there as well.
Had a bit of a bad beat at Worlds actually.
Oh, yeah.
He was on the bubble, I believe, or he was on the match that he got knocked out on. I can't remember exactly the score, but he had a bit of a rough beat. He got done by a comlink reroll into exact damage.
Yeah, wow, that's frustrating. But in addition to those awesome records at Worlds, Dave Leslie is also the South Australian regional champion in Australia, and he is a member. Not a member. He is a part of the top 16 of X-Wing Nationals last year.
Just before we move on to Braden's career highlights, can we float test that that personal shield die? That thing has rolled 3 shields for a resource every damn time. The guy. And we've just been informed there was, in fact, a roll-on in almost every deck in the main event. No, there was zero roll-offs in the field.
I think our producer's getting a bit frustrated. So there were 0 roll-ons in the main event.
Yep.
We were just chatting about David Leslie's... I haven't actually asked if he likes being called Dave. I'm sorry for saying that multiple times. David Leslie's career in X-Wing and his foray into Destiny as well. Braden on the left, we've been chatting about in the previous matchup. He is from Brisbane, playing for the Team Magic Vault.
Yep.
And they have been doing really, really well this weekend, and Braden has been smashing it on Thrawn Ankar. His choice for the tournament, as in his words, he wanted a deck that he could master.
Oh man, really?
Take the whole field with.
That's just not something you hear often.
I know.
I'm playing this big event, this big tournament. I could win this amazing prize. I'm going to make it really hard for myself.
I'm going to make it hard for myself, but I'm going to make everything on me.
Yeah, exactly.
If I don't win, it's my fault. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, if you back yourself, it's a good way to do it.
So at this stage in the game, we are looking at Phasma on 6 damage. That looks like 2 best defenses.
Yeah.
And now Anakin has taken some damage from himself.
Let's actually talk about the game here for a second. David has 1 card in hand. David has a single card in hand. He could,
ignore everything I'm saying.
He could kill. He could, or he possibly will kill Braden immediately. Now
for Thrawn.
Oh no, there's too much damage. So particularly not with the detention center in place. The detention center showing its strength there. In this situation, it's so strong because you're not removing your other die. Just roll into the
So that's David's last card. Braden just has to survive this turn, and he's won the first round.
I don't know if you re-roll immediately there, unless you feel. Oh no, you feel you're going to lose it. No, apologies. Of course, you re-roll immediately there. So obviously, David, knowing that Braden knows what that card was in his hand, knowing that he would have lost it regardless, so you might as well use it before you lose it. Man, that's come up a lot this tournament. The theme of using before losing. And such. So
Braden just getting some shields in there.
That's not what you want.
Phasma missing.
That's not what you want.
We are on Throne Room.
I mean, Force Lightning can go a couple times off that. I mean, no reason to stop playing, but I don't think even of maximum rolls you can do enough damage to win. You can do 8 with the 2 shields. Not going to cut it. With the 2 shields, exactly going to cut it. Oh, you can't do 8. You can only do 4. You can only do 5.
I don't think David can do this.
You can only do 5.
Yeah.
You could do
There's game
6
one.
reroll. You could do 6.
Okay, you can do six.
Maximum would be 6. So it would be special, remove a blank reroll. Special, remove a blank reroll, hit 4.
Yeah. So congrats to Braden for taking the first round in his top 4 match. And we're jumping back to the feature table, feature table number 1, with Blake and Lindsay butting heads with Kylos and FNs.
Yes.
At the moment, we're looking on Blake's side. He's got 4 damage on his FN and a big sparkly baton. And on Lindsay's side,
Why
he's
is it
got
sparkly?
well, it's got like electricity and stuff.
Things.
It was the first word that came to my mind.
All right,
anyway,
sure.
on Lindsay's side, he's rocking an electro staff just overridden from a vibro knife.
Yep.
Gets the cheeky disrupt. Does that dice have a disrupt?
I guess.
All right. Off the electro staff.
Has it disrupt?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just blind.
No, I think it's a disrupt. All right. Sure.
Blake's taking a damage onto the FN, and Lindsay's next action is to discard Ancient Lightsaber to reroll his Dyson pool.
All right.
He's hoping for the modifier on electro staff so he can resolve the 2-for-1 on the FN die just sitting there. And Blake just looking to push through some more damage as his Kylo dice are still alive. One of them, rather.
Something I'm quite impressed. I know he's going to re-roll. Ooh, that balance ambition being used for the worst possible re-roll.
Yeah, that feels bad.
Yep. So the card that I've been quite consistently impressed with in these matchups, or like in these deck, I think they're not all playing it they should be. It's Imperial HQ. Card's been impressively good. Every time it's had an impact, every time it's been used, it's had such an impact on the game.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of HQ. It's one of the kind of sleeper cards in the new set that is almost going to be like a huge staple these days, because decks like Cad Phasma and Kylo FN variants are all super hungry for resources, and that just turns on a lot of their dice, which is really cool. Are we being shown this electro stuff?
Yep.
So it was held up to the camera, but a finger was on the bit where it would show if there was a disrupt on it. There is a disrupt. Okay. There is a disrupt on electro stuff.
Sure.
Alright, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just...
We're drawing up hands for the turn. We've seen a couple of weapons in Lindsay's hand, so he can get some FN action going this turn. We've got a crossguard and vibro knife as well.
Yep.
Blake keeping his cards close to his chest, but we'll see how it goes down.
So, let's see. What have we got? Crossguard's another card, again, out of the starter. Such a good card. It's worked real well on Kylo. Oh, sorry, not on Kylo. Of course, on Kylo. It's his damn lightsaber.
It's not his lightsaber, it's just a crossguard lightsaber.
Oh, well, okay.
Kylo's lightsaber is something else.
Sure.
But it cares about being on Kylo Ren.
Because the named Kylo Ren's lightsaber doesn't matter if it's on Kylo.
So it's a regular crossguard lightsaber, but Kylo's really good at using it because he uses lots of crossguard lightsabers.
I saw him fight. He's not good at using it. He gets beaten by someone with no training. He's not good at jack.
He's learning. He's a tormented one now.
He gets real angry. He gets real angry. Starts cutting the air.
Yeah. He's got a very good technique at slashing consoles up.
I just love the reaction of the stormtroopers as they walking past.
Rolling in the vibro of FN's ability, hitting a free buck, helping Lindsay play more cards this turn. And looks like his ambush action is just going to be rolling in FN.
Here comes the business.
There's nothing straight away.
Yeah, but
having those dice in the pool is never a bad thing.
No, they're going to be re-rolled. There's a potential for a lot of damage on those four dice.
Blake just straight up rolling in his FN. Not enough to do with him this turn. Hitting some damage on there, which is good.
So, state of play, Lindsay's a little behind in terms of onboard damage, but on board state, slightly ahead.
Yeah. Alright, rolling in Kylo. He is probably naming blue. Blake's doing a quick read of Electro stuff there.
Blake's having another read to make sure we understand what the card does. So the card text for Electro Staff, characters, the attached character, you can resolve any of its character dice that has a resource cost without paying that resource. Reduced by 1, rather. I do believe it's that.
Yeah, I think it might even just be you don't pay the resource cost for the modified character die on the attached character.
Oh, no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, for the modified die. No, you're correct. It has to be
So
modified
it has to
die.
+3 an FN character die,
Yep.
and it makes the cost of that.
Yeah, the die that would be modified does not get... Yep, that's correct.
So we're seeing a Force Illusion down on Lindsay's side, which he was able to play thanks to the extra resource he got from the Vibro. The cool thing about FN is that even when you're not pumping out damage, you're just getting little bits of incremental advantage, and that adds up over time.
Yeah.
Like we see, like he's been getting some hits, and now he's got a full board on FN, which is huge. Sitting on a couple of cards, just getting ready to reroll for that big.
Yeah. So
kill.
the Force Illusion immediately being put to use there.
Yeah.
Keeping FN alive. But for how long? There's still 2 dice in the pool. Both have enough. Both potentially enough to kill.
So we see a good heads-up play by Lindsay there. FN is on 2 health.
Yep.
So he takes a shield, knowing that Kylo can potentially
Roll in
steal
and kill
2.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Proper heads-up play. Did he name blue? He did.
All right. So the bad news is that FN die is still showing 1 damage, which can kill him this action. So we'll see what.
I don't. Looking. Oh, he has a deflect.
He
has no money. He has no money. Oh, the deflect is not a card you would expect to be relevant in this matchup, but having 0 money, so he's just going to take the damage he can get. He's got nothing else. So the Electro Staff will be the Electro Staff does not redeploy.
No.
So both go into the bin.
Oh, I wish.
So both going into the bin. The thing is, though, now Lindsay in a good position to be able to claim quite early and pick something back up for using his graveyard. Claim ability. Is that a resource showing on Kylo? Yeah. Just a little bit, just a couple actions. There's a disrupt on Kylo there.
Can we just get a check from the table? There was some damage that went through there with a Vibro Knife die and pull. I think it might have hit shields.
Yeah, I think there should be 1 more damage. How many shields did...
I believe he had 2.
Right, yeah. So
we'll just confirm that.
Yeah,
we're just
gonna double check that because good pick up by Twitch chat. You're correct. That damage was unblockable. Thank you very much, Twitch, keeping us on the ball. Yep.
All right, so we're looking at the moment a basically untouched Kylo and a close to dead FN with a Riot Baton.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big leg up on just a Kylo with no upgrades.
Yeah, because
like last time this happened, Lindsay was able to pull out of it by getting the upgrades down.
Yeah, Lindsay came very close to winning the last game, but a very good roll from Blake stole it back.
Yeah.
I think Lindsay is in less of a good position than he was in last time. Definitely needs to pull himself out. That doesn't help. That's 4. No, that's a disrupt. So that's 2 damage and
2
disrupt.
and a disrupt. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lindsay again. Heads up play. Crushing that last resource. Now he's got to be worried. If you crush 1 resource and your opponent, instead of re-rolling that die, gains a resource back, you've got to be worried about the boundless.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not sure if Blake missed his Kylo trigger there or if he actually just missed the color. Looks like he missed the trigger.
Missed it completely.
Yeah.
Bad luck, man. He just didn't name the card?
Yeah, I just forgot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He rolled in a little while ago. He rolled in quite a few turns ago.
I think that was his last action, yeah.
No, Kylo rolled in before FN died. Let's see, so... wow. Interesting.
Oh, looks like they both forgot their color triggers according to the Twitch chat. Good pickup, Forza Williams.
Okay, interesting. That's not something you'd expect. Surely they didn't. Surely, come on.
Oh,
Come
that's right.
on.
Moving faster, they both missed it, so, nothing's changed.
No.
Moving into the next turn.
No.
Lindsay's looking at a rocket launcher, crossguard saber, and a bit of a group of events there.
Is Kylo a May?
Yes. Colours a May.
It's a May?
It is a May.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I mean, they're playing for something pretty big here. I mean, let's not forget the first prize of this is quite a few $1,000s worth of tickets.
Mm.
It's a big first prize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big first prize, something you want to win. Also, just these guys have been playing Destiny all day yesterday, and they've been here
this
since
is like their
9:30
11th game of
today.
Destiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot of Destiny.
Yeah.
A lot of Destiny. A lot of time. There's some damage. Not a huge amount, but some. 3 damage. So I was just pointing out that Lindsay jinxed himself by talking about his deck and Battlefield. Look, I'm not superstitious in the slightest. I think good play is good play, and good deck building is good deck building. If you play correctly, you will be rewarded and you'll do well. I mean, look, Lindsay set himself up to win the last game, and it was stolen. It was definitely torn out of his hands at the last. It was very much pipped at the post with that final roll from Blake.
Yeah, it was a very close one.
It was definitely very close. Mistakes were made on both sides, though. In fairness, the vibro knife mistake was definitely had an impact on the game.
Yeah, sure. We're seeing Blake kind of start to stabilize here with FN. He uses Ancient Lightsaber to heal 2 on FN, so he's now half health with a baton and a full health Kylo against Lindsay's Kylo with a saber.
So,
Rag1 chiming in the chat.
What's my insight?
The insight from Marcus, #value.
Oh,
I'll take it. I think he's talking about the play good decks and do well, and then you will win.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Thanks, Ollie.
Play well, play good deck, win game.
Yeah, well, duh. Just roll well. Like, you don't even need a good deck or strategy. Just play all the good dice and roll them well.
Oh, man. All right, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at Blake presenting.
Yes, yeah.
1,
Blue
2,
is blue.
3, 4, 5 damage in pool.
So I'm just getting called out many times in the chat right here. I need to defend myself. Blue is in fact blue. It's not red. So I'm being referred to as the John Madden of Destiny. So John Madden.
Oh my god.
John Madden being.
Well, if you do a bunch of damage and kill
there.
guys, you'll win the game.
Yep.
From Honestly Sarcastic in the Twitch chat.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And he was killed to death. Yep.
People die if they're killed.
Hey, look, honestly, I'll be John Madden if I have to be. Someone's got to play that role. Every sport needs a John Madden.
Yep. So see Blake, activate Carlo, check your discard, then name a color.
Yep. You got to get.
That's how you do it.
Get the information. Get all the information you can. It's available to you at all times, so you might as well utilize it. Picks blue, hits blue, deals 2. Lindsay goes to 10 damage. Has a Force Illusion. Not using it yet. Just some discussion going on in chat. Can't quite keep up with it and the game, unfortunately. So I'll just focus on the game for now because it could just end at any moment. We have... That's damage. That's all blacks. All blacks.
Yeah. The 2 modifier... the 2 for a resource can't be resolved just yet. However, we are seeing lethal with the 1 melee and 1 ranged in 2 actions time.
I don't believe there is a...
Oh, so there's still Force Illusion in play. What am I talking about?
There's a Force Illusion which will prevent him from dying to nothing.
Yeah.
Because they are all bases. So he can...
Again, I don't think the 2 can be resolved just yet.
2 can't be resolved, but... Oh, right. Okay, no, I'm sorry, I mismathed. Of course, Kylo has Kylo has 12 health,
Then again,
not 11.
Yeah, that's true. There is this thing called FN where you can just roll in dice randomly.
And that'll do it.
damage. Yep. There we go. Blake Moody, 2-0, taking the mirror.
Yep.
Well practiced and well played by both players there.
Yeah, a few minor plays that play. Look, there was definitely a few minor play errors, but it happens. Pressure.
Yeah, it happens. So we'll be seeing it's going to be Blake Moody coming into...
Just a casual 11 resources for Braden, as you like. David has to pray that Braden doesn't have a buyout in hand right now. Like, wow. Yeah, so interesting point being brought up there in the chat. As the FN player that just went through, you probably want Throncar to win here.
Yep.
Based on what we've seen previously, FN makes short work of the Throncar.
Yeah. Aggro's great against control, and
we
it's
saw
just
it a
the
lot. We
epitome of
saw it a
that.
lot yesterday.
Yeah.
I think Vader Phasma's a bit more up in the air, and Vader Phasma can just get you.
Yeah.
I think Throncar, you've got much more of a chance of beating. Well, actually, I think you've got an equal chance of beating both. I think that you have a safer matchup versus Throncar because Vader Phasma can just end you.
Yeah.
Although there is a lot of dice in the pool there for
David.
For David, like that is horrifying. Like they could potentially re-roll into yeah. That's Dark Council as well. God, I love that card. Run
us through what it does again. It's not very commonly played.
It's not. It's new.
Yeah.
It's new. It's from the new starter sets. The new 2-player. So it's got two focus sides. It's got a resource and it's got a special. And on the special, you draw a card and re-roll the die.
Okay.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah. So basically, it's just
keeps you going.
Yeah, it keeps you going, and it just works really well in a deck that's got so many special sides on so many
it
dice.
costs one. Is that right?
1 to play. Yeah. Yeah, and the focuses are nice. It's a 1 in 3 of hitting a focus.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It works real nicely with David's battlefield. Someone's just gone a fisticuffs with our camera rig there. We're gonna have to ask someone to calm down. Bunch of shields, a focus. Look, so David's in an okay spot here. He has Braden on the back foot, but he has to worry about that buyout.
Yeah, the buyout is going to be terrifying.
The looming buyout is huge here.
So we saw David activate new orders, switching the battlefield to his own.
Yep.
And resolving 3 damage with Anakin.
That card is terrifying in this deck.
And he's still going.
He's still going.
That's not the end of his turn.
You pay 2 to resolve a special on one of your characters.
Yep.
And then you can potentially do it again later that turn.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's horrifying.
For sure. So we're looking at Unkar with 2 health remaining. We'll see if David can push that through this turn. Because past this turn, I agree with you, Marcus, I'm not sure that he has much time.
Yeah, so someone is pointing out that they think they'd probably rather play against the Anakin Phasma. Look, honestly, from what we saw yesterday, we saw a lot of Throncar versus FN. And FN won consistently, and it won the same way consistently. They killed Unkar. The Unkar died, and then it was the game. At that moment, the game basically ended because Thrawn was so far. Thrawn on his own can't keep himself alive and do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Now, Braden's brew of this deck, Braden's version of this deck, can do it. He can do it because he's playing Vibro Knucklers. And just the way it's built, it's a little bit more survival-based, and it relies on personal shield to stay alive, Vibro Knucklers to mill them out. So he can do it, but personally, I don't want to go into a matchup versus Vader Phasma that you could just get spiked out of the game. Because when that deck spikes high, it kills character.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, I mean, look, in fairness, you're right. The comment being that you can play, that FN can get done by Imperial Inspection.
Yeah, sure.
It can. Imperial Inspection is a strong card.
Yeah.
It works real well in this deck. I don't know if that's enough, though, for them, because I think that is something that was common. That was something that is common to most of the Throncar lists that were beaten by FNs, and even through some of them through Imperial Inspection. So we've actually just been handed a bunch of analytics of the of the tournament. Let's have a little scroll through here. Have a scroll along. Not that we. So the count. So factions wise.
So we had 99 players in the room.
Yep. We had 74 villain players.
Oh.
That's saying something.
That is telling. There are also no hero players in the top 8.
No, none whatsoever. The highest was 13th.
Okay.
Now, in terms of color breakdown, pretty even color pie.
Yeah, wow.
In terms of card colors, it was almost yellow won out, but not by a huge amount. Yellow's about, I don't know, 30%. Oh, yeah, so we've actually, here we go. We've actually got, cool. Aha, awesome.
We're learning how to graph.
We're learning how to graph.
All right.
So there were, actually, we'll tell you exactly. So 23 hero decks and 74 villain decks. Let's have a look else. So we got, yeah. So this information is all public, by the way. We'll get a link put up in the Twitch chat. You guys can jump on and actually see all the decks and all the breakdowns. Now, characters. What have we got? Let's have a look. So we have highest represented character in the room was.
All right.
Well,
let's take bets.
Okay, well, I know what it is. I already knew this. It's FM.
Yeah, I can see it too, but it's FM.
No, but I knew this regardless.
Yeah.
So there were 38 FNs in the room.
I'm going to pause you for a second. David's deck's gone again.
Oh, we missed the buyout. We missed the buyout, boys.
These decks just disappear. What's happening?
Can we get a confirmation? So we're looking at these stats. Can we get a confirmation from the table how big that buyout was?
It's as big as that pile of cards is holding in his hand, mate.
That was a buyout for 12.
For 12.
12. Just a Kaz 12.
That's like 2 turns.
All right. And now David has...
He's got to get rid of Thoreau on this turn.
No, that pile of cards definitely should be the other way up.
Yep. There we go. Yeah.
So he has 5 cards in hand, I think, or 4 cards in hand.
Yep.
He's got the stuff in play to kill Thrawn, but it's going to be hard. On the bright side, Braden doesn't have a Vibro Knuckles out.
Yes.
So he doesn't have an easy way to end the game. Anyway, while that happens, so FN.
How many FNs do we have in there?
38 of them.
So 99 players. Slightly less than half were playing FN.
Yep. We had 32 Unkars. And obviously what was next? 28 Kylos.
Yeah, okay.
And then it starts to go down pretty fast after that. 24 Cad Banes. Interesting.
Yep.
And then Phasma.
So just to run that back, our top 5 characters of the weekend were FN, Kylo, Cad Bane, Unkar.
Yep.
And Phasma. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep, Phasma, and then it drops real fast from there. Our least represented characters, we had 1 Count Dooku.
Hey, shout out to Count Dooku.
We had 1 Jyn Erso.
Shout out to Jyn Erso.
Yeah. Where was that deck? And we had 1 Magna Guard. So obviously there was obviously a bunch of bunch of characters that weren't played, but I'm talking about the ones that were played. Now what else have we got? Let's have a look at what's this stat here. Oh, the most played card in the room by almost, I don't know, 30%, 40%.
Yep.
Vibro Knife.
Okay.
So that's the most played upgrade, rather.
Yeah.
And then it sort of goes down from there. Holdout Blaster, Riot Baton, Force Illusion.
These all look like cards that would go in a Kylo FN deck.
Funny that. Most played event in 89 in the room.
Yep.
Anybody can guess what this one is. Electroshock.
It is not red or... Yeah, it's not red or blue. It's Electroshock. Just because every yellow deck plays it, and it's an amazing piece of removal.
Whoa! I did not expect that.
Whoa!
There is...
Our second most played event was Rend over the weekend.
No, the second most was He Doesn't Like You. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, David Leslie rolled what he needed to do to end the game. So he took out Thrawn.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Vader Phasma. Like, you can just 12. It's pretty sick.
There we go. All right,
Yep.
So we're going to go to game 3. We're going to go to game 3, boys. 40 minutes. We can do it. All right. Well, let's back to our scroll along. So, yeah, second most played was He Doesn't Like You.
He Doesn't Like You, okay.
And the most played was Ren. Third most was Ren. Now, that is not something I would have guessed in a million years.
He Doesn't Like You is just like the premium removal card for villain.
Most played support in the room.
Most played support in the room.
Before you see the stats.
I want to say either Imperial Inspection. Oh, no. Imperial HQ.
Correct.
Yeah, I got it?
No, sorry. No, I'm misreading. No, you're correct. No, it is.
HQ? Yeah.
Imperial HQ, there's a lot of them.
All right, my bets are HQ, Inspection, Salvage Stand.
No.
No?
In that exact order, you're correct.
Hey!
You got them in that exact order.
Yeah. And we make a separate graph for heroes, and there's like C3PO on there.
So all these stats. Look, we're just scrolling through all the stats that have just been posted in the chat there.
Table event.
Yeah, so that's got all the stats of the event.
Yeah, so jump online
and
after listen to us and check it out. You'll get some cool info on the metagame here in Australia.
Yeah, links in the chat.
The link is in the chat. Cool.
Yeah, look, it's no surprise to anybody. Kylo FN, hugely represented. Thrawncar, hugely represented. Yep. Variations on the Phasma build.
Yeah.
Pardon me. The variations on the FN build.
Like Phasma and FN are just both super efficient characters.
They're both good.
And so you can fit them in lots of...
They're good tournament... as we said before, they're just very good tournament decks in that you can rock up to a tournament, you can roll in, you don't have to do a huge amount of thinking, and you can do well. Like, you can just do well, and they're not particularly punishing of mistakes. Yeah. Thrawncar's more punishing, I guess, being a traditional control style deck.
I'd argue that it's very punishing, honestly, if you start to mess up.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you let damage slip through every turn, then it adds up.
Yeah, definitely. It adds up. But it's like... an aggro deck, generally speaking, doesn't have one pivotal mistake that can lose them the game, whereas a control deck can make sort of one mistake, and then 3 turns later, because of that mistake, they lose the game.
Exactly, yeah.
So, just innately, by playing a control deck, you're playing a more punishing deck.
Yep.
So decks like the FN style decks, they're just a good tournament deck. And it's what I was saying before, I think not necessarily the best deck. I don't know if there's a best deck in Destiny right now, but it's certainly a well-represented deck, and it does well. It will always do well at tournaments, at least until FN is potentially changed in some way. Yeah,
that's totally right. And we're jumping back into Game 3. So Braden, Walker, and David Leslie playing Thrawncar and Vader Phasma are one apiece. For those of you that have just tuned in to our stream now.
Someone's pointing out they don't need to see the stats because they know what was played. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's still interesting to see what was the third most played deck.
Yeah.
All right, Thrawn rolls in. What do you name against... Actually, you know what you name. You know... Name 4.
Whoa. Oh, so he played the Holocron. So name 4.
Yeah, no, it's correct. Yeah. Amazing, yeah.
He's good.
Braden.
He's really good.
Braden knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing.
Wow.
And because Force Lightning and Mind Probe both costing 4.
So he's just played 2 games against him, and I imagine Braden has studied David's list.
Oh, he knows
immensely.
the list. He knows the list. And
he sees the writing on the wall. He's like, all right, I know what's going to happen. Thrawn, pull apart your plan.
Yeah. He set himself up to definitely make the most of that.
Yeah. So we've seen Unkar just roll in here. Unkar has just rolled in.
Yep.
And we're getting a reroll from Braden.
Yep.
Seeing 2 focus sides. David rolling in Phasma, hitting the 2. It'd be cool to see what kind of reroll Braden has at this point. We've seen the dodge and coercion already.
Yeah. Actually, what's interesting... Yeah, so Braden playing 1 dodge, 1 block.
Yes. Would you recommend more?
With the number of they're grey cards. The number of Kylos floating around. Now, this is, mind you, I'm saying this about a player that is currently playing the best of 3 in the top 4.
I trust him more than you.
Yeah, so take this with a grain of salt. Yeah. But I feel that they're both very good in the meta. Probably they're both very strong in the meta.
Yeah, we're a little bit past the point of I'm gonna use Maz and resolve all my stuff before you can touch it. It's more I'm gonna hit a big
they're great.
point of having a lot of stuff.
And they're great cards.
And they're great, yeah, that is true.
I mean, obviously, you've only got 30 cards. You want to fit in the cards you want to fit in. There's certain cards in this deck, I think, that are just required to some extent. I mean, like, only playing 1 of each. Interesting, so he only plays 1 prize possession? Like, he's intending to see his whole deck.
Yeah.
Like... Braden wants to see his entire deck. Like, he's playing 1 Vibro Knuckles, he's playing 1 Crime Lord, he's playing 1 prize possession.
Well, it's going to be a slow game because you're Encore Thrawn.
Yep.
And you want every card in your deck to win you that game.
Yep.
A second Vibro Knuckles isn't going to win you that game.
No.
The first one's enough. and you're going to see it at some point, and you need it as a finisher.
A lot
you
of
know?
one-offs. Like,
Yeah,
surprising.
it is cool.
I've first time I really had a good look at his list. Playing one coercion, not
Yep.
two. Like, to me, that seems like an immediate two-off.
Sure.
He's playing one cheat. I can see that. One cheat seems fine.
One quarter portion.
Yeah, one quarter portion.
They don't call it two quarter portion.
Lot of one-offs. A lot of one-offs in the list. So, was he coerced into rending his own...
Yeah, he's Holocron. Yeah, so that turn was, all right, I play Holocron. And Braden's like, all right, I'll take your 4, then I'll coerce you and get rid of that Holocron with your own card.
Oh!
Like, that's how you play Thrawn.
That's violating. That's violating.
Absolutely, yeah.
David just got, like... Is that even legal? Like,
Can we show that on stream?
yeah,
Like,
it's like, wow, man. That's rough. That's
Yeah.
real rough.
Yep.
Wow, man. So,
Yeah, that's hard control in a nutshell.
That's a good start.
Yep.
That's a real good start for Braden.
All right, Phasma hitting the 2 and the +2.
Yep.
I believe that 2 will not stick
there's
around
some
for long.
damage. Yeah, all right. So,
All right, leaving in the pool,
Well,
he's unking.
Uncars the
taking
new
2
orders.
resources.
That's huge, David. That is a huge amount of potential damage that just
Yep.
disappeared.
Yep.
It's 2 resources for Braden. That doesn't feel good. That does not feel good for David losing that card this early.
Braden still is like, he's struggling on damage. Like, Unkar is 1 away from dying at this point on turn 2. David is able to push through damage very well.
Yeah, David's got the damage.
Yeah.
Again, he's got the damage and he's got it early enough that Braden hasn't been able to stockpile a huge number of resources.
Yes.
That is definitely, again, something we saw yesterday, where if the Unkar died before a large enough pool of resources was amassed, the Thrawn on his own struggle, because Thrawn does have a 2 resource side, but you don't really get to roll in the resources unless you've got Unkar's dice with his resource size and with the focuses hitting, like, and his ability. Like, you don't get anywhere near as many, which goes without saying, I guess. But if you can kill the Unkar before the resource pool becomes too much, you're in a really good spot. Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen. A little bit of overkill there. That's 3 damage.
Actually, I think that's the right play, because focusing it to a special means it avoids block and
Yes,
dodge.
it does. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
which is really cool.
It is the correct line because of the damage. The single damage on Vader means diddly squat.
Yeah.
But it is correct. You are playing around more cards by doing that.
Interesting note from the producer is that Braden has admitted that specials can be an issue for his list.
Dealing with specials.
Yep.
Because his mitigation is...
Like, his mitigation is strong, but...
He does have ways to deal with it. I mean, like the electroshock hit specials. I mean, maybe, I think he's selling himself short here. He's... So it avoids the big blowout from the block and dodge, but he's only playing 1 of each. He is, however, playing a 1 quarter portion, 2 electroshocks, 2 he doesn't like use,
2 armor plating.
2. Well, that doesn't. Yeah, I'm sure that's one way to deal with a special.
Yeah.
Block it with your chest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Personal shield as well is only activated when range damage comes in.
Range damage. Yeah.
So we're seeing Thrawn. Oh, he named 0 and took a sound the alarm. David's hand is another sound the alarm, which is dead in this matchup. And
So this is great to see from Braden paying huge amounts of attention to the board state. Didn't name 4 this turn, no holocron.
Yeah.
Because if he names 0 and he has a holocron in hand, he hits the holocron and then the 4s are dead anyway.
Yeah.
If he top level play there. Demonstrating the correct way to utilize Thrawn's ability.
Just pick apart whatever they want to do and like come at it from a different angle. That's so cool. It's really awesome to see a player like Braden taking that strategy and utilizing it to its fullest.
So Chief pointing out, you're correct, we did actually have this wrong yesterday. Personal shield is only activatable if you are taking more than 2 or more.
Yeah.
It doesn't block the single.
Yeah.
Because that would be really good.
Yeah.
It doesn't gain you a shield if you would only be taking 1. So 1 will always get through.
Yeah.
All right, so there's some damage. Now, the Houndstooth is out.
I think it's on the 2 for 4.
Yes.
With 2 showing on Thrawn as well.
Yeah. 4 for 2, you mean?
You could word it like that. I meant like 2 and then get 4.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So he's resolving those 2 resource sites together to gain a net 4 resources.
Yeah, so here I was saying that Thrawn on his own struggles at generating much income, but Slave 1 says otherwise.
riding
Not
a cool
Slave 3, the Houndstooth says otherwise. So Slave 1 technically gets money too, like in a different way, I guess. Flavor-wise. In the flavour. Destiny not so much, but in the flavour. He bags up some bounties and makes a bunch of money.
A producer pointed out a bit earlier that a Cad Bane was expensive, and he's like, oh yeah, he's a bounty hunter. You got to pay him to get the work
of course,
done.
yeah, that makes sense. Fluff.
This game's full of flavour.
So what are the 2? What are the 2 supports? Is that Imperial?
One's inspection, one's stand.
All right, cool. So they're
So
relevant.
if you roll something happens.
Yeah, very
Either
relevant.
way, yeah.
Roll on. He needs roll on.
Yeah.
Get a roll on in there. Trigger them both. Every turn, roll on. Cheat it back. Roll on again.
Brayden rolling in Thrawn here.
So he needs a roll on here.
What do you
He
name?
rolls the 3 shields again. Every time. He's done it every time.
So he has named... Oh, so David's asking if he's like to proc his... trigger his Imperial Inspection before he looks at his hand.
Yep.
So he can get the gun.
Yep.
And it looks like he named 0 and took the doubt instead.
Yep. So you just chat asking there. Blake Moody making it through to the...
Yeah, so Blake Moody is in the finals.
So Blake Moody's our player from WA, correct?
WA, that's correct.
Oh,
So Blake Moody
it's making the trip,
representing Perth,
making it worthwhile.
will be competing against Braden Walker or David Leslie in the finals of our 2017 Australian Nationals event.
Yeah, he is. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That's awesome. Making the trip worthwhile. All right, so board state is Thrawn on his own. Unka is dead. 4 damage. That's through the 3 shields he just gained as well. Oh, unless the shield. No, the shields may have been doubted. Yeah, the shields were doubted. All right. Rolls in guns, special and blank. 3 damage. Vader hasn't rolled in yet. Look, David's in a good spot here. David's in a real good spot here.
Yeah. So all he has to do is push through another 8, which seems very doable.
Yep.
Okay, so Braden's action is tanking to see what his choices are.
Yep.
It looks like... So he's going to play an armor plating for starters.
Yep, that's a good start.
If you're Braden, you want to survive...
Hey, the card doing work. That's why we play it, boys.
You want to survive this turn and build up resources so that next turn you can buy out and then, drag out the end game. So we'll see if he's able to do that. Although it does look pretty tight since Vader hasn't even rolled in yet as well. So
there's a bit of conversation going on in Twitch chat there. All right. So David, obviously not afraid of the... I think based on the fact that So Braden played the armor plating and did not deal with the damage that David had in play. So David, I think, can safely make the assumption he can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Or doesn't want to or whatever. So in that case, David... making the correct play, or potentially getting completely headsed up by Braden and
bluffing with the armor plating.
Next level, next level.
Armor plating block.
Armor plating dodge.
Yeah.
Just blow him out.
Yeah.
But David feeling that he had the time, so wanted to see another card. I feel he's going to do it again, since he didn't deal with it again. So this time with the focus. Oh, this card's doing work. This is brilliant. So far, this has drawn in 2 cards and is now going to focus. Phasma presumably into 3 damage.
Oh man,
this is huge.
This 2-player starter set has some quality cards.
So what's
Chief jumping in the chat asking a question?
Yes.
Is the number of cards in the deck a public knowledge? And that is the case.
Yes, it is. It is.
Both players know how many cards are in each player's library.
Everything that is visible is public knowledge.
Yep.
So Okay, so yeah, it is requested.
Yep.
So you have to ask.
So if I say I'm playing you, I say how many cards in deck?
Yes.
You'll tell me.
I have to tell you. Yeah, it is public knowledge, but it is something that must be requested.
Yep.
As is with most public knowledge, may I look at your graveyard? The answer to that question needs to be yes.
So here's a tip for you guys at home. If somebody asks you how many cards are in your deck, they might have a buyout. That's some sage advice.
Well, kids. What's the name of the person on council?
Sim Alu?
Simalu.
Simalu. Okay, so Simalu's the dude from the Trade Federation.
Spoilers, Simalu is Snoke.
Oh no!
It's
Oh, you ruined the movie for me.
Confirmed.
And Snoke is Roll-On.
Oh, man. All right, so another 3 shields.
Yep.
Was that a card? No, there was a card that gained 3 shields, or
It doesn't play Doggins, so I think that was just natural 3 shields. I was too busy making jokes about bad Destiny cards.
so what did we miss there? Why is David re-rolling?
So this is the same turn.
David had 2 damage on Phasma. I re-rolled the 1, I guess, hoping to hit the natural special or 2.
Yep.
Houndstooth hit the shield. Oh, of course, Houndstooth does that too. Money and shields.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Money and shields. Yep. Money bags and shield distributor. Something.
Bucks and blocks.
Box and blocks.
No, bucks and blocks. Oh, box and blocks is good. I like that. Box and blocks.
Oh my god.
All right. So Dave's looking at a 2, a 1, another 1. He's looking at a resource.
He has a couple in damage.
3 damage and a focus.
So much damage.
Is this a dead Thrawn? Like,
it could be.
Does Braden have the mitigation to deal with this?
It could be. So 1, 2 damage, 4 damage, 7 damage, 10 damage. There's 10 damage in play.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So that is enough. That is enough to put.
Where's the 10 coming from?
Okay, so you've got
one Vader dice
1.
is
So that's
off.
3.
Yep.
So you've got 3 damage on Vader.
Yep.
The focus will turn a Phasma die. No longer. Now it's 10.
Okay.
The focus will turn one of the Phasma dice. Oh no, you're losing one of the guns.
Yeah. And keep in mind personal shield's a thing as well. So if it takes 2 at a time.
So the focus needs to. I believe what you want to do is use the Dark Council to focus one of the Phasma dice to the special, and then do the 3 damage to get rid of the shields. Do the 2 damage. Do the gun damage to then get 2 damage through.
Yeah.
To put Thrawn to 6, and then your special does 3. So by the end of this turn, assuming no interaction from Braden, you will have Thrawn at 9 damage.
Okay.
If my math is correct.
Yeah, honestly sarcastic, pointing out a good thing in chat is that David should have resolved the 2 damage when Braden had 3 shields on Thrawn, so that personal shield could not make a shield there.
Right. Yeah, you've actually gained...
So it means he's lost 2 damage.
Yep.
By using melee first.
This is true. Sequencing is... And that's the thing about this game. Simple things like that. It's the stuff like that you wouldn't even potentially even notice when you're playing your game, but that has an impact on the game. It's, 1 damage.
Whoa. So those Dark Councils focused Phasma to 2 specials.
Yep. He rerolled the Dark Council, hit the specials.
Yep. So Thrawn is on 9, regardless.
Thrawn is on 9.
Okay, cool. So David was just re-rolling for the specials on there, as opposed to the 2s, which are effectively 1s.
Yep. So
Okay.
Thrawn's on 9.
Yep.
Obviously Braden would have claimed first there, so he's going to get the opportunity to roll in and hopefully rip something relevant out of David's hand, and also show some shields.
Yeah, he needs to get some shields ASAP, otherwise Dave can just claim and do 3.
Hits 2 shield on personal shield.
Yep. He has a salvage stand trigger, which he used, and Braden is taking a look at David's discard pile.
We are not playing on... we're not playing on David's battlefield at the moment.
Oh, on Otogunga? Yep.
We're playing on Otogunga at the moment, I do believe.
Thing.
Actually, can we confirm that the battlefield is off the table? That does look like the side of Otogunga. I do not believe it's the full art.
I think it looks like the side of Emperor's Throne Room.
Emperor's Throne Room, is David not using the full art Emperor's Throne Room?
I don't think so.
Can we confirm that from the table? That would be appreciated. We are playing
we're
on
on
throne
throne room.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
okay, that's
Interesting.
huge.
Sorry, yeah, that's very relevant. All right, so David does potentially have the ability to simply roll in and claim, killing Thrawn. Now, Braden has to...
Braden knows this. He'll just have to
Braden
take
knows this,
shields.
so
Yeah.
Braden just has to claim the shields immediately.
I hope he knows this.
Well, it would be a bit of a... It's going to be a bit of a down point if the game ended on the next action,
Yeah.
given there's been lots of high-level play already.
Oh, man, down
It's
to the
tense.
wire.
It's tense.
Yeah, it's very tense.
A lot of resources there. The buyout is live, I do believe. It looks like David had maybe 7 cards
Yep.
left in deck. Oh, there's an armor plating in play.
Okay, good.
Here we are. So it's not. So he needs to do 5 damage.
Okay, yep. So rolling in Phasma here.
Yep.
2 guns and a resource. So... Oh... It's hard to say the guns and the special will make 5, but then
Both those
shields.
guns don't get blocked by personal shield.
Yeah, it is true.
So they,
But I feel like he might just be re-rolling for the specials because they can do so much more.
yeah, because he's getting close to just being done by buyout.
Yeah.
He's double checking. So that's 7 cards, I think I saw.
Yeah, I think so too. So it's got the catch for it.
The block there was big, removing a Vader die. Only a Vader die, but more than enough.
Honestly Sarcastic jumping into the chat saying that David should resolve the guns to threaten the claim.
Yeah, it's not that clean though because he
yeah.
does have. We missed it as well. The armor plating in play would block two
Yeah.
damage. The problem is if he does do that. So let's say theoretically that is the play. You remove the shields, you threaten the claim, and that's what you do. You remove armor plating and get 1 damage through, leaving Thrawn on 2 for the next turn. You're then threatening doing that again, but you're also then leaving the turn up to Braden completely, which is not a position you want to be in, given the fact that you could just potentially be bought out for your entire deck.
Yeah. I feel like you might want to Dark Council some cards into your hand if you can this turn, because that's probably a bit greedy. But
so he did hit the special on Phasma.
Yeah, cool.
So I focused the special. All right, so I think you just resolved the Phasma special immediately, which is going to eat up 2 shields and deal 1 damage. Yep.
There we go.
So Thrawn is effectively on 4 health right now.
Okay. Yep.
Because the armor plating plus his two actual health. The 1 damage. I mean, the active. So the personal shields are relevant if Phasma rolls the 2 damage.
Yeah.
The single damage will sneak through. So I think here David is probably correct to actually just resolve that 1 damage because it's only 1 damage, which means it gets past both the personal shields. There we go.
Yeah.
And it forces him to pop that not for full value. So I think that's the correct play there. Did we miss something? He took 1 damage.
Oh, he claimed and then special the other die.
Oh, he claimed and specialed. Oh, we missed that completely. Yep. No, that's correct. 100% correct. Sorry, I'm bad.
Yeah, so block 2 and he took 1.
I'm bad. I'm bad at
block
Destiny.
2 took 1. Yeah,
I'm bad
cool.
at Destiny. It's fine. All right, cool. So the there
So
it is.
he had the interrogation droid in hand, which is a way to pitch to discard cards.
Yes.
From David's hand.
So the interrogation droid, very good. Discarding a manipulate. Yep.
So David's on 1 card, potentially no deck, depending on what Braden can do this turn with the buyout.
Yeah.
He is spending his resources on other things. Oh, he's got 2 interrogation droids.
2 interrogation droids. Look, honestly, David's going to be lucky if he survives the next turn. However, he has pushed Braden. So Braden did not have the buyout, hence why he did not use it because he spent his money on everything else.
Yeah.
So David has at least another turn. Braden needs to roll in. No, Braden's in a bad spot here. So Braden this turn needs to gain enough health to not be dead.
Yeah.
To David's first action will be rolling.
Yeah.
Threatening the claim.
Yeah. It's incredibly close.
It's incredible.
Wow.
So if that's David's first turn,
I think in this
still enough. 1 shield isn't enough. Right. So
it's more than that. Yeah, it's 3 for the He focused the personal shield die.
Yep, that's what he needs to do.
On this turn, I think both
Intimidate,
players
man.
have potential
Intimidate.
to do damage.
David should be playing Intimidate. I tell you, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
What do you like? Intimidate. Just. So how many times? The number of times that Braden would have lost the game. Multiple games I've seen him play if his opponent hadn't had the Intimidate on the turn that he gained 3 shields.
Yeah. So I feel like both players have the ability to do lethal this turn.
Yes,
I think Braden might be slightly slower at doing it, but if he can control it,
he needs to. Braden's on the survive and win, whereas David's on the kill or lose.
Whoa, that's the way to
that'll
do it. Something hard to get rid of multiple specials.
6 damage.
Oh man, that's rough. What's Braden got?
I don't think he could have. Removing 1 keeps him alive.
Keeps him alive. Yeah, just chips the
Prize
shields.
possession. Oh my god. The prize possession. The prize possession. Wow, that's incredible.
That's
all right.
brutal.
We should also probably start being a little bit quieter, as the room has actually gotten quite a bit quieter now. It's possible that our commentary can almost be heard at the table now, so we should be mindful of this. We've just been told to calm down a little bit. All right. So Dark Council still hasn't rolled in Phasma, so he is still threatening the roll in Phasma claim line. Now we're getting attacked by our surround.
We're being boxed into the corner.
We're being boxed in.
They don't want us.
we're already in the corner of the
Stream
room.
gremlins, go do your thing.
All right, so threatening the claim. Braden can gain 2 shields, which will put him to dead to the claim. He's still dead to the claim.
11.
He's on 11, so he gains 2 shields.
Yeah.
He's still dead to the claim.
2 shields. He can claim and do 3. That kills him.
Yep. So
Is that right?
are we mismathing, or did David just screw up?
David shot him for 1. By the looks of
David
it.
resolved the 1 gun, which got through, but he didn't need to. He could have claimed and dealt 3, which would have killed him, right?
I'm pretty sure 9, 10. Yeah, claim would have done 3 damage.
What?
Are we missing something?
Did he just make a mistake?
Okay, so he's resolved the 1 ranged.
Okay, I still don't think there's an out. I still don't think there's an out for Braden. But
He's just played an armor plating. That's an out.
Oh, David just punted.
Now he's effectively got 4 health remaining. So now the claim won't kill him, where the claim would have killed him last action.
What just happened?
Yeah, I think David just made a mistake.
David just missed math. Maybe he missed the fact that Thoron was on 11, not 10.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it happens. Wow.
Okay, now he has to re-roll, and no, he can't. That doesn't matter. He has to.
He can't get more than 3.
He can't do more damage than he's got. And Braden still has 2 interrogation droids to roll. He still has the Houndstooth to roll.
Yeah.
Oh. I think David's just realised.
That feels really awful.
I think David just realised. I think he's just realised, yeah. So now he's gonna special do it and just hope that he doesn't lose. So, okay, so Braden can potentially win now. He could. I'm not sure how many cards David has in hand, but it's potential that David's hand gets stripped by the interrogation droids.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, David still has 5 cards in hand, so it's unlikely he's going to lose all these cards this turn.
Okay.
So he will have another turn, but that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So someone's just asking if Braden has buyout. Look, buyout at this point in time is not going to matter. There's 1 card left in David's deck, so buyout for 1's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 2 cards. So 2 cards in his deck. Buyout for 2 is going to be enough, but
okay, so he's gotten 3 shields because of the Houndstooth.
So he's gained the shields. Oh, this feels horrible for David.
He's got 2, so he's got a total of 6 cards between hand and deck.
Hits the balance ambition. That's not a card you want to play anyway.
What do you got? Another event.
New Orders, not a card he would have played anyway. It still doesn't matter. It's not a card. It's a card you would like to roll. You would like to re-roll.
He leaves New Orders to David so he can use the discard side instead.
Yep.
Something better.
Yep.
It's an anger.
It's an anger.
So we know 1 card is New Orders. Oh man, it's so tight.
Yeah, look, that's such a mistake for David. What?
David's doing the right thing. Like he's made a mistake and now he's just graciously going with it, trying to do anything he can to win from there.
He could be not gracious about it, but it's not going to change the fact he made the mistake.
Well, yeah.
It might get him. He might be asked to leave. All right, so look, it's not over. It's not over.
It's definitely not over.
David could still just roll in and present more damage than Braden can deal with, but it would have ended.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we just got to roll with it now and see what the plays are now. So Dave's got 2 cards in hand, 2 cards in deck. We got to see what Braden's thinking about. He's trying to see if he can win this turn. He's looking at his discard. He's seen both of his armor platings. He's seen his detention center. He's seen his block. He's seen both of his he doesn't like use.
Yeah. So I don't mean to be so savage, but come on, like. All right. Anyways, so that happened.
That happens.
It happened. All right.
What's next? Braden is sitting on.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt if he's to lose this game. That's gonna hurt a lot. It's unfortunate if that is the case.
Braden cheats the buyout back.
All right. Cheats buyout back. So the buyout is live.
Oh, sorry, cheats, discards, confiscation. He's getting something. Sorry, no, nothing to do with buyout. Ignore me. So cheat, discards, confiscation, gets back removal. Yeah. That's right, because 1 quarter portion can remove any die. So it doesn't matter if it's a special or a 3 or whatever.
David made the mistake, but Braden is playing perfectly here. He knows what he needs to do and he knows how he's going to win.
Yeah.
He gets back the removal spell that he needs in order to not die next turn. Double salvage stand.
Buyout.
Double buyout. Okay.
Same picture.
It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, did we just see his hand, or
so
did we just?
He bought out David's deck.
He has double buyout in hand.
Yes.
He just showed us his hand and it's double buyout.
Yeah.
Good. So doesn't do anything. All right.
Those are the last cards in Braden's deck.
Yes.
So Braden has 2 buyouts and a 1 quarter portion, if not anything else.
Yeah, literally the last.
So he couldn't see a buyout the whole game because they were the last 2 cards of his deck.
Now the special on Phasma is immediately 1 quarter portioned.
Yeah.
No, it's resolved. What happened?
Oh, tactical. No. That was pitched.
He resolved. How are both Phasma dice back? What did we just miss? What? Okay, I have no idea what just happened. How are both Phasma dice back?
He did use Attack Mastery. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Attack Mastery. Okay.
He rolled in, resolved 1, and the other was removed.
Yeah, and the other one was 1 quarter portioned.
Yeah.
Now it's on. So David still has the claim and win. Oh, that is incredibly intelligent play. So Vader had been rolled in, overwrites prize possession, it gives Vader back his dice, but he doesn't have the die for the turn.
Yeah.
And you now have a Vibro Knuckles and a way to win it. But it doesn't matter because the claim, that's it. David takes it. Oh, David took it. So David still had the claim and win. Oh, that was tense.
My heart.
That was tense.
I can't deal with this.
David. He just wanted. He knew it all along, right?
Yeah.
He was just, gonna play it out. He wanted to extend the camera time.
One of the stylish victories.
Put on a show. Put on a show. Yeah, make it. Yeah.
Something for the fans.
His opponent wanted to play a difficult deck, and he wanted to show his opponent that I can make tactical plays as well.
Yeah. I can do it too.
Live dangerously.
Man. That was a great game. Excellent play by David to make the misplay and then come back for it.
Excellent play by Braden.
And by Braden as well. Both players' skill levels are just
Braden
off the charts.
Demonstrating intricate knowledge of his deck, intricate knowledge of the format, of the cards, knowing what he needed to do, exactly when he needed to do it, and the order he needed to do it in.
And that's why these people are on our quarterfinals for
100%.
The whole country's
completely.
tournament.
Yeah, completely. I mean,
they deserve these spots.
96 players in the room. 96 players in the room, man. Like, you got to do well, right? You're not going to make top 8 if you're not good.
Yeah, that's right.
And the thing is, other thing I wanted to iterate about that game is, yes, David made a mistake, and yes, he could have ended the game on the spot right then, but he didn't. That's fine. Braden still continued to play perfectly after that to the win. Because your opponent makes a mistake, that doesn't mean you stop playing and just say, oh, well, you made a mistake and you should have won. So, no, Braden took that and went with it and still came so close. So very close to finishing that game.
You can't just write off a mistake and go, all right, I've won this, they made a mistake.
No.
Like it's just
Yep.
a change of plans. It's a step up.
Correct play. Like that was 100% correct play.
Yeah.
That's what he needed to do. The only way he was going to win that game is by discarding David's hand that turn.
Yep.
The problem was, I don't think, in all honesty, I don't think he had a way around the claim win.
No.
Maybe he was hoping he'd miss it the second time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, wow, so that's incredible. We've got our finalists lined up.
Yep.
So we've got David Leslie playing Darth Vader
Yep.
and Captain Phasma against
Yes.
Blake Moody playing Kylo and FM.
Cool.
So stay tuned.
Western Australia.
Yeah, so it's Western Australia versus Victoria. East versus West.
I think we have to at least slightly support the Victorian, right? Like, what's the rules? Anyways, we're gonna have a short break. Maybe have a quick interview before the next match. Not sure. We'll find out. Otherwise, we will be back with the finals. Stick around. That was amazing. The finals will be equally as amazing. Thanks, guys.
See you soon.